Have you ever thought about the different aspects that actually go into a speech? I know personally for me, I just thought it was about like the words I'm presenting, or the material I was presenting, not necessarily like my vocal variety or anything like that. So I believe I'm credible because I can definitely improve by incorporating all this stuff we learned in this last weekly content. So I will be discussing the importance of listening, vocal variety, and how to speak so people want to listen. So in the first main idea of listening, I feel like this is the most important. So it actually puts you in the perspective of the audience member. So how are you as a listener? Do you have a lot of distractions? Like, are you moving around? Are your arms crossed? Are your legs crossed? Anything like that. It just helps, it helps you be a better speaker. So when actually seeing that go on in the audience, you can actually better improve. So it all starts with listening. It really does. In the video, it was talking about leaning in more or anything like that. It was talking about actually there's different kind of listeners. There's selective listeners. There's people, pseudo listeners that are just kind of daydreaming off, which I am guilty of. And this is why I believe it's important, because we want to captivate our audience. So in the next video, it was vocal variety. It was talking about our voice being magic and actually utilizing our voice. In the video, it also talked about how I think the professor was overhearing a conversation with his students and how they were just telling a story, so we want to be presented as that, it's just our total comfortable self, so it was talking about just analyzing how do you talk when you're explaining a story to your friend. Or I know for me, the way I was thinking about it is in Spanish, I'm struggling. So I have to get myself excited for Spanish. So when I'm reading, I really emphasize certain words, or I kind of act as if when I'm reading, I'm super excited about the topic so I can better absorb the information. So that's why I believe vocal variety is very important, because it gets the audience members interested. So in the next video, how to speak so people want to listen. He actually talked about others you don't want to come off as complaining, justifying, negative, anything like that. That's probably not going to interest the audience at all. So he actually was talking about HAIL, H-A-I-L, which stands for honesty, authenticity, integrity, and love. So we want to come off as authentic and real as possible. We don't want to be fake. We don't want to be complaining. We also don't want to confuse our opinions with facts and presenting it as facts. That's probably not the wisest thing to do. So that is important, because I think I already said it. You come off as real. Sorry. So I have discussed the importance of listening, vocal variety, and lastly, how to get people more interested in when you're speaking. So I believe we could all benefit from all of this, and this all begins with listening first. Thank you.